Hi there, the purpose of this video is to show you how to do that end of the year transition stuff that you need to do in your VSC courses between semester 1 and semester 2. Here goes. The first thing that we're going to need to do is make sure that all of the grades are updated and the grade setup is correct. You do that by clicking the gear from your course screen and looking at the open reports, and then under recent activity you'll click on needs grading. This will generate a list of all submitted assignments that needs your attention in the course. Once grades are up to date, you'll need to go to the gradebook and check the grade setup. So once you click on grades and click on setup, you're going to need to make sure that any of the units that counts as semester 1 has the excludes empty grades box unchecked. So in this case, the box is checked. We would need to make sure that anything that is going to be due by January the 22nd is showing this box is unchecked. We save changes. Once we verify that all of the submitted work is graded and the grade setup is correct, we need to export the gradebook. From the Grades tab, if you come over here and click on the Export button, it's going to allow you some options. You're going to want to click on the Excel spreadsheet option. However, it does not matter if you leave it checked. It just is going to have a blank field in the gradebook. Once you get it where you need it to be, and you have all the items for semester 1 checked, that's when you'll come down here and you'll click on download. Open the download and verify that the student names and all the grade materials are there and everything is correct. AI contacts are going to request you to send this to them and share it, so we'll have record of item level grade items within a course. Once you have updated grades and checked the accuracy of the grade setup, and once you have exported the gradebook into an Excel sheet, now it's time to go through and hide all of the units that correspond to semester 1. Now, if there are no grade assignments, sometimes you have syllabus and sometimes you have your coursework, like your course textbook is associated with the course overview. So you may want to leave this unhidden so students can access. But what you want to do is turn on editing, and then you're going to want to scroll through, and any of these units that correspond to semester 1, you're going to want to click on edit and hide topic. And what this is going to do is it's going to make this disappear from student view. So students are no longer going to be able to access this previous work, and they will no longer be able to complete work from the first part of the course. They will only be able to see work for semester 2, and that's what we're going to need them to be able to see. So you would go in and hide these units all the way through the point where students are supposed to work starting on the 25th. At this point, once the previous steps have been completed, I would go ahead and override the current grade in Moodle directly into PowerSchool for semester 1 term as an override, because the next step is going to remove all the weights in the course. If you do that before you make this change, then you're not going to see accurate grading in Moodle. Now, for the final step. After you've done all these things in the order that I presented it in this video, the very last thing you're going to do is go back to the grade setup. So you can click on the gear and click on gradebook setup, or you can click on grades and go to the gradebook setup there. And those same categories that you just hid from student view, you're going to want to go in to the course setup and you're going to want to make that 0.0. Because we don't want those assignments to count as a grade for students for second semester. So basically everything that the student is going to see in the gradebook from this point on in VSC courses for Innovate is going to only be semester 2. That's why it's so important that we make sure we export the item level grade list, and that we make sure that we have updated the grades completely before we do this process. Once you've got all of the semester 1 unit categories labeled as 0 weight in the gradebook, you would scroll down to the bottom and click Save Changes. Now, if your course contains restrictions and it's mastery based, there is one more step that you have to take. As you can see in this course, you can see where it says restricted at every item level, and students cannot move on because the course has restrictions in it. So if we have a student set so that they have to start in right after the midterm section for this course, starting in Unit 2, Lesson 1, this is where they're going to start on January the 25th in this course. But notice, if we hide everything, our student's view is going to show this as restricted. They can't get in if they wanted to. What we need to do is, with editing on in the course, click on this first assignment that students need to complete and choose the edit settings. So we're going to choose edit and edit settings. And then we're going to go into the restrict access option and simply remove the restriction altogether. So we're going to click on all the X's here, which is going to make it so that this restriction completely disappears and there is no restriction in the course at this point. And then we're going to save that and return the course. Now you can test and verify that you've done this correctly by clicking on participants and choosing any student in your class. Scroll down to log in as, and as you're impersonating this student, you can see that the items that you've hidden are not available for the student. And if you click on Unit 2 Lesson 1, that student is no longer going to see a restriction for the first assignment and will be able to complete this assignment and then continue through the course as they should. Now, I do also want to make the point of saying that in some cases you're going to see, like in the biology class and the algebra 2 class, for example, you're going to see where the restrictions are at the unit level, not at the assignment level. So in this case, rather than go in and remove the restriction from the first assignment in the unit, you actually are going to remove the restriction from the unit itself. That looks like this. Turn editing on. Go to the unit topic, and across from the topic heading, you're going to see edit. Click on edit topic. Scroll down to restrict access and simply remove all restrictions from the topic. Click Save Changes, and students will be able to begin at this topic. If your course contains these restrictions, and the restrictions need to be prepared so that students can access semester 2 material whenever the 25th happens, you are able to go ahead and remove those restrictions as needed for those particular assignments or units. Right now, it won't make a difference because those units are hidden until January the 25th. If you have any questions about this process, please reach out to me, reach out to Angie Drake, or reach out to your content interventionist for help. And take care. Thank you.